man got some melanoma. Got that melanoma. Alright. So, let's get back to it.
It tastes like any herb. It tastes good.
So, my man over there getting melanoma, getting skin cancer. Here go another one.
BS. I don't understand these people. I don't understand black people. The minute you give them a little bit of money.
Now look. This is a bitch that was dating the Donald Sterling, I think his name is, the nigga that the white boy that owned the Clippers. Watch.
BS. I don't understand these people. I don't understand black people.
Now, notice how she's talking about us because she knows that she's not us. She Asian. And she probably got some negro in her, maybe like a black grandmother or something. But look at her phenotype. Look. She knows she's not us. She doesn't even identify as us. Look.
Then you give them a little bit of money. They don't know what to do with it.
Well, bitch, we've been in captivity for 400 years. So if we got a little bit of money, why the fuck would we know what to do with it? Bitch, do you know your history? Oh, wait, that's not your history. That's right.
They just act crazy. They want to put extra rims. Why do you think they created? They're like, yo, I want to put some rims on top of my rim.
Like, why the fuck is this bitch talking about rims as if this is 2001? Like, bitch, where you get that stereotype from?
Rims. And my rims are going to turn around. So I'm going to call them spinners. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to do. That's how much money I have.
Yeah, and then when we created the idea for spinners, all the rest of you other stinking ass nations went and bought spinners and made them poppin'. Fucking idiot.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. And they do stupid shit like that.
We do stupid shit, but they copy us. And then they turn around and make videos like this talking shit about us. And then they go out that night in a car that has spinners on them.
When there's people starving around the world.
Yeah, there's people starving around the world because you and the white man that you date are responsible for that. With this case system of social stratification that you guys have set up. You see how that works? But you see how stupid the other nations of people are. This is Psalm 83, right? Let's keep going.
What people want to do with their money? She's never driving me anywhere because I'm like one of those.
Now, this is the coon black friend, right? I think this is a black bitch. But let's go.
Hood rats that wants to get picked up.
See? She's one of those hood rats. Like, listen, this is what they do. They appropriate our culture, right? And then they make fun of us at the same time. So if you ever go out with bitches that do this shit, please slap them in the fucking face and give them a reality check.
One of those hood rats that wants to get picked up on. So listen up, folks. I'm looking for someone to pick me up.
Bitch, you are corny as hell, man. Look at them Asian teeth. See? The teeth don't lie. Look at the teeth, man. Look at the teeth. Watch. Asian mouth. I'm going to Google it. Watch. Asian mouth. Asian teeth. Them box teeth. Asian teeth. Hold up, nah, that's not. There it is. That's some of it. See the dude. When I look at teeth like this, that's all I think. Dude. Hold up, I gotta find the proper ones. The stereotypical Asian mouth. See? Oh damn. See? I'm about to act a jackass in this motherfucker. Look, see? Don't make me get ignorant in this motherfucker, because I will. See? Hero. All I do is pronounce R's with my teeth. Look, see? Don't make it.
But Elmo wants to get Kelly head. May I please give her?
See, and of course, it's a black chick in here entertaining this shit. It's ridiculous.
Kelly head. Look at the officer on the side looking at us. Elmo, don't worry about it. She's black. We don't like black.
See? Elmo, don't worry about it. She's black. We don't like black people. And she's pretending as if it's a joke. And this stupid bitch sitting in the car taking the shit, not even realizing. This is like black people in general. We in such a sleep that the bitch is disrespecting us right here. And we're not even doing anything about it. We're not even doing anything about it. Like, let's go back. Hold up. Listen. And this is how they are. This is how Latin people are in general. They'll start making jokes about black people, and it'd be straight up racist. And they'll turn around and say, "Oh, we're just joking." And no, it's not joking. We don't play like that. And I don't play them jokes. Don't play with me. You understand what I'm saying? And I start to air them out real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Don't worry about
Listen.
It. Black. We don't like black. Mama, don't worry about it. She's black. We don't like black. Mama, don't worry about it. She's black. We don't like black.
So I'm just trying to show you they like to use us just like white people. And we're so stupid that we start to think that they're on our side. And we got to realize that they're not on our side. They've never been on our side. And they're never going to be on our side. And then you got to realize one other thing, right? Hang on a second.
The government was still dealing with them.
Listen.
They lost, but they lost. So they tried to put most of the Indians on reservations. And they said to the Indians then, you are now basically a weak people. You've been a beaten people. And so the Indians said, well, as a beaten people, and we're on the reservation, what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do, unlike those blacks over there, unlike those black slaves.
Now, you see, when he's talking about these native Indians, he's talking about what you would call some of these Latinos, right? The ones who look Asian, right? The Mongoloid-looking ones. The ones that you find predominantly in Peru, Colombia, Ecuador, Guatemala, what's the other one? I'm about to say Guam, but Guam, I don't think it's Guam I'm thinking of. But there are Costa Rica and a few of these other nations where you find the indigenous-looking people, or they claim to be indigenous, they're not. So listen up, listen, because this is going to expose Latinos. So when Latinos walk around and say, "Oh, we were oppressed by the white man," bitch, no, you wasn't. That has to do with that video that I put up the other day. No, the fuck you wasn't. My people were oppressed by white people. Your people are the byproduct of that oppression. You are the physical manifestation of rape. So you can never talk shit about my people because God made my people. He didn't make yours. Hatred and racism made your people. And that's what we really got to start to give them the raw truth of that reality. You're a rape baby. You're a baby violación. Learn the Spanish word. When you say it to them, it's a reality check for them because they're like, "Oh shit. This nigga came out his way to learn Spanish to tell me I'm a rape baby." And it's fucking true because when I look at history, I'm a fucking European white man claiming that European white people oppressed me when I've been left in charge by the European white man to oppress these people. I call them Telemundo Latinos. You understand? Univision Latinos, the television Latinos. Those who are acceptable for media marketing. You understand? This is why when you go on Google, you have to put Afro in front of whatever Latin country you go to in order to find the indigenous Aboriginal people. Otherwise, you're going to find the rape babies, the ones who are left in charge, walking around talking like they've been oppressed. The fuck out of here. They're the ones doing the oppressing. Like, the fuck? And then they want to cry for help. You understand what I'm saying? Look how many black rappers sent how much money. Jay-Z gave y'all a fucking plane. and all y'all do is talk shit about black people. And we went out of our way. We were the first to help before FEMA, before Trump, before everybody. Our people helped y'all. And y'all gonna turn around and be like, oh, we fuck with y'all, yada, yada, yada. And then 6 weeks from now, not even 6 months, 6 weeks from now, something's gonna happen to us again, like the Kanika Jenkins thing, and they'll do and say nothing. Bet money. Bet money.
Slaves who just came out of slavery, we're not gonna be like them. We're not gonna be as foolish as they are.
So these Indians that he's talking about are the equivalent to Latinos and Hispanics. So just listen.
It says what we're going to do now is that since we've lost our land, we're going to first of all lay a claim against the land. So Indians laid a claim against the land, saying that all the land in the United States originally belonged to us. We had a natural right.
Nah, Lloyd Banks is not Puerto Rican. Lloyd Banks is a Negro who just happens to have people that are born on that island. You can't be a Puerto Riches. You either a Negro or you're not.
Right to it. So we know we didn't have any legal documents or any deeds showing we owned it. We have a legal claim to the land.
Same thing with Carmelo Anthony. I'm tired of fucking motherfuckers acting like Carmelo's not black. Carmelo may claim to be Puerto Rican because that's where his lineage finds its way off that island, but he's a black man who happens to be born or come from or descend from that island, at least for two or three generations. Okay? Same thing with me. I'm Jamaican, but guess what? I'm still a negro. I just happen to know that my particular lineage jumped off of that island. We could have come from somewhere before that, maybe somewhere in South America, or maybe we were just on the island and stayed on the island. Who knows? We'll find out maybe. But we're all the same people. Again, I'm doing these videos to show you that you got to stop using the terms Puerto Rican. Stop using the term Jamaican. Stop using the term Haitian. Stop using the term Dominican. Stop using the term Ecuadorian, Colombian, Mexican, Guatemalan. Stop using these terms. They don't exist. That's what I'm trying to say and to show to y'all, right? There are, within these places that you call Colombia, Guatemala, or anywhere in Latin America, there are at least 3 different main groups of people, and then you got the intermingled groups in between those 3 main groups. So you got the conquistador, right? The bastard children of the conquistador. Then you have the Mongols, the Asian-looking types, and then you got the negroes, the aboriginal, the original people of that land. So you got Mongols and you got white people oppressing the aboriginal dark-skinned people of whatever land that is, whether it's Guatemala, Haiti, Colombia, whatever. Jamaica, there's even Asian people in Jamaica running shit. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? A lot of people don't realize this. So everywhere we are on the face of the earth, there's this system that's been set up. Everywhere we are on the face of the earth, this system has been set up, and this is the order. Wherever it is, doesn't matter where it is. It could be over in Europe. This is the way the system is set up. Regardless of where you are. This is why it says worldwide caste system. All aspects of socio-political economic civilization. Okay? This is the order. Modern Europeans, this is whoever's bloodline is closest to the fallen angels. You got modern Europeans. Then you got modern Asians. Why? Because they intermingled, I already showed you, with the Neanderthals and Denisovans. Then you got the Ottoman Turks. Then you got Latino Hispanics. Then you got the East Indian Indos. Then you got the East Indian Melanesian types. Then you got the Africans. Then you got the mulattoes or Afro-Latinos. And then you got the Negros, right? And it's set up exactly the same way. You go to Asia, it's set up the same way. The Asians worship the white man on top, right? Tom Cruise, The Last Samurai. Tom Cruise is The Last Samurai.
So as a legal claim to the land, therefore you took it from us, you owe us. So what the claim was based on what they call natural rights. And it says there's a natural right to the land because
we know that mulatto is not a race of people. That's my point.
The first ones here on it. Even though, in fact, they were not the first. There was blacks here before those guys got here. The blacks were here about 11, 12,000.
See, listen.
So-called Asian Indians. And we know we didn't have any legal documents or any deeds showing
we've been here before the fucking East Indians got over here. We've been here way before that.
Owned it. We have a legal claim to the land. So as a legal claim to the land, therefore you took it from us, you owe us. So what the claim was based on what they call natural rights. Indian says there's a natural right to the land because we were the first ones here on it. Even though, in fact, they were not the first. There was blacks here before those.
See? And what do Hispanics walk around and claim? Hispanics will walk around and claim, oh, the white man came and oppressed us over here and put us on the encomienda field in Brazil. And I'll be like, bitch, where? You were never being oppressed, you fucking bitch. You were making contracts with the white man. Making contracts because you knew that my people were the original people of the land. So you fucked my people over and then you stake claim to territory that didn't belong to you. And then 800 years down the line, you want to claim that you're the indigenous people of the land. No, you bitches aren't. And it's time for you to get up and get off our land. Or we're going to scalp you motherfuckers too.
Those guys got here. The blacks were here about 11 to 12,000 years.
We were here about 11 to 12,000 years before them. A whole damn millennia.
Before the present day so-called.
And technically, Latinos didn't even exist 11,000 years ago. There was no such thing. They only came into existence during the what? The invasion era of the conquistador. When the conquistador came over here and started raping and pillaging. That is when Latinos came into existence. There was never a generation of Latinos before that. And they must realize this. They came into play as a byproduct of rape. They are the bastard children which came about. So they need to pick up and go back to Spain. Since they want to be Spanish, go back to Spain. Get up off that territory.
All Asian Indians came here. In fact, they've been here already. But they said that was their land.
See? And this is what they do. See what I'm saying? These are the mamzers or the mestizo, the mixed breeds, right? The mutts, polluted abominations, right? This is the original people, the negroes of the land. Who the fuck is that? The conqueror comes in. And then when they rape and they mix, who do they make? They make these bastard children, or who you call the Latinos today, right? They're nothing but the bastard children of the conqueror. Yup, IUIC wives. That's facts. They love marrying the conquistador. See? Rejected. Look at, who the fuck is that? Who is that? That's Khloe Kardashian. That bitch look like fucking Frankenberries. The bitch look like Frankenberries, nigga. Hold up. Y'all niggas better Frankenberries. Hold up. Y'all ain't gonna act like she don't look like Frankenberries, nigga. Frankenberries ass nigga. Frankenberries. Who the fuck is this? Look at Frankenberries right there. Right? And these are the Latinos. They are the bastard children. Right? Look. Rejected. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Okay, so that's what they call natural law to lay claims against the land. So that put
Pay attention.
They tried to impose an indebtedness on the government. Now, blacks over here who's coming free after slavery with the shampoo on them with Lincoln, See, they thought, we don't want anything. All we want is a chance to compete. We want equal opportunity. See, now Indians laid claims. All black folk wanted was an equal opportunity. Okay, then the Indians turned around and said, we want to be into a trust relationship with the United States. So they set up called a doctrine.
So these are the Latinos. They set up a trust relationship with the United States, right?
Doctrine of trust for Indians, which says, since we are a weak and powerless people, since we don't own and control anything, then since you all beat us and you've misused us and own us now, then you owe it to us to take care of us. You see, you said you owe it to us to take care of us, so they call it a doctrine of trust. So the Indians then created a doctrine of trust so the United States government would take care of them. And as a result of that, see, then they could get free land, free labor, free medical care, free education, free casinos.
See? And these are the things which you see the Native Indians get, right? Now, if the Native Indians are our people, how come they didn't put us on no casino game? How come they didn't? And I'm going to show you some of the things that Mexicans have benefited off of by claiming to be the social status white. How come they didn't put us on game? How come there are Latinos yeah, I guess you can consider them Latin natives who get $22,000 a month per family member? How come they didn't put niggas on game? But they can use our civil rights 1960s though, right? But they can't put us on game with things like that. But they can use us for those things, right? I'm going to show y'all exactly how these other people operate. They're not our people. Okay, y'all going to realize that. They're not our people.
Okay? Tax-exempt status and pay no taxes.
Like, look, y'all think it's a joke.
Chief Justice Marshall ruled and said that the Indians are a separate nation. He picked up that rhetoric that Indians have been pushing about being a separate nation. And then he said, well, the Indians are a separate nation, so therefore this guy got a right to go out there when he wanted to. And when he made that ruling in 1832, that officially then made, in our constitutional law, they started accepting Indians being a separate nation. Okay? Now they're a separate nation, and with sovereignty, and now watch what happens now. Now they're getting dual benefit. They're getting reparations all the time.
See?
Now, Indians now, that means every state set up an Indian commission. Every state has a separate Indian commission now to give Indians what they want because they're under the doctrine of trust. That they are dependent people and you have to take care of them. Those on the reservation. And they're never going to lose the reservation because they're not stupid. Why would they leave the reservation? They said they'd be taken care of. And you always got people saying, look how poor they are. Yes, they're poor because they ain't going to leave there. They want you to bring it to them. They can leave anytime they want to. Any poverty the Indians got is poverty they sit there waiting with for you to come resolve for them. Right. They don't have to stay on the reservation. They stay there because that's free land and free everything. So when they set up that kind of a trust, Indians didn't sit there and waited for it. But see, we didn't set up that kind of trust. And when they got that ruling, that made it legitimate then that Indians were now an official foreign nation. Then every state then set up an Indian commission and that gives Indian services.
See? Now, if they were our people, how come they didn't set up these deals for us? Same thing with the Moors. How we asked the Moors the same question. If the Moors are our people, how come they didn't set up the same deals for us that they did with these Asians? How come? Oh, wait. That sounds like Psalm 83, doesn't it? Crafty counsel against the children of the book. All these nations, right?
$26,000 a year for every Indian in the United States.
$26,000 a year, right?
And you got the biggest Indian tribe in the United States, the Cherokee tribe, that picks up in terms of reparations. They pick up something like you got about 155,000 Cherokee Indians out there to get $170 million a year in reparation funds. So Indians are getting all kinds of reparations. Indians have been getting reparations through treaties now, through land and free everything now for 200 some years.
Right.
Black folk have got nothing because you went the wrong way. You cannot sit there and want to be a part of white society and and that's exactly what the game they want you to play. You rather say, no, I'm a separate nation. You have problems. You owe me just like you.
See what I'm saying? Just like you owe who? But guess what? We are the Native Americans. We are the Aboriginal people. Like, look at this shit. Hold up. Let me see if I can find another one. Oh, here go an Asian. Here go an Asian.
Hey YouTube, thanks for tuning in to Opening Up the Scriptures.
See?
I invite you to join.
Opening up the scriptures. He even looked like a Compton Mexican. Like, he really do, son. But watch him, watch the Bible say that Christ is a black man. His New Testament literally tells him Christ is a black man. And he's going to say, nah, Christ is not black. They don't like black people because they're not us.
God's holy word, the holy Bible, as white as snow.
Look.
Verse 14, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. They ask baby Christians or people that haven't read their Bibles and ask them a simple question. Anybody can answer this. What people of the earth have hair that looks like wool, the texture and the feel of wool? That's common sense, right? Only African American people that come.
See who? Only African American people, only niggers, right? We're the only ones who fit the characteristics of the book, and he knows that. And watch what he's going to do.
From an African descent. Number 2, verse 15 says, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they were burned in a furnace. They ask you again, who has a skin color and hair texture that's white like wool and are dark skinned? Everyone knows this. People of African descent. So then they say, you know what? Jesus Christ has to be African American. They misinterpret the Bible. First of all, white does not refer to the color white. It refers to a picture of God's holiness and his wisdom.
That's true.
His feet of brass, as if they were burned in a furnace. This is a reference to divine judgment. As we
Nigga said it goes from giving the physical appearance. So he gets it right. White as in his countenance, his aura, right? And then it turns around as giving a description of his actual color of his flesh, right? Not the light shining around him, but the actual color of his flesh. It's telling you what it is, giving you a physical characteristic. And then this nigga, this motherfucker goes and says, nah, it's not no longer talking about physical characteristics. It's talking about divine judgment. Do you see how much they hate niggas? They hate niggas so much, they'll twist the word, the clear word of the book, to fit their delusion. Because as long as it's not a Negro on top, they're happy. Do you understand? They're not our fucking people. They need to stop saying the word nigga, and we need to start slapping hot fire out of them for doing it. Because that's the only way they're going to learn. Seriously. Because I got them on my page arguing with me, trying to justify why they can say the word nigga. That's the same shit white people do, if you notice. When a black person tells you they're uncomfortable with you saying something to them, you should probably stop doing it if you have respect for them. But because you don't have respect for them, you're going to argue with them about saying a word that you know you shouldn't say. You know your parents don't like you saying the word nigga, so why would you say the word nigga? You understand? It's time to start whooping some ass, right? Here's another reason why they're not our people, because most of them are Jewish. Look.
My father was born in a town in Russia, now Ukraine, by the name of Kovel in 1910.
Look.
By age 19, around 1929, two of his brothers already had come to Mexico. One of them was running from the army. He had been in prison and was slated to be executed for crimes that I'm not totally clear what they were.
Well, I just want y'all to see that.
How mother's family was here already.
Look,
siblings, that is, had emigrated.
These are Jewish people who have now moved to various Latin American locations.
They couldn't even also.
Okay.
And there would
Mexico City, Rubenstein,
knowledge,
They might somehow even 20.
Klansburg in Argentina.
Off.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
That's where my brother and I were born, and they had a tough life there early on. It was the Depression, the early 30s. And my father had a number of jobs selling to the gauchos.
Here go another one.
One of the hottest topics from the international Jewish community in recent months has been the proposed legislation that will allow Jews who can prove their Sephardic origins to obtain instant Spanish citizenship. After 500 years in
That's not true. I clearly show images of Afro-Argentinians.
exile, JM1 spoke to two people with two very different stories to find out what made them return to Sepharad. Sepharad, which means Spain in Hebrew, was home to thousands of Jews before their exile in 1492, which left the community scattered all around the world.
Right. See, fake Jews. Right?
Alejandra Abulafia was born in Uruguay, but a childhood filled with her grandmother's references to Sepharad.
She was born in Uruguay. Her grandfather was born in Uruguay. This is a European white woman. Do you understand?
And it's inevitable that she would end up in Spain one day.
My grandmother was born in Izmir, but she spoke Spanish, Ladino, which we can say is the language that influenced Old Spanish.
Ladino, right? That's what the Moors spoke. The Moors spoke Ladino, right? Guess what? The Moors conquered who? The Moors conquered them dirty ass white people in Europe, right? For a spell, right? Booted them up out of their land, right? Okay.
With Hebrew and Turkish, a little bit of a mixture. But in essence, it is Spanish, and she conserved the language for 500 years after the exile.
Today, very few people still speak this archaic form of Spanish, so what remains to unite these people after so much time spent apart?
The concept of Sepharad began after the exile.
Remember, Christopher Colon was a Jew. He was a Khazar. Remember that. Christopher Colon was a Khazar.
1492, because before that there were Spanish Jews that lived in Spain, or the Kingdom of Castile, as it was called at that moment in history. Some went to Morocco.
Remember, Castile, well, Biblioteca de Seville, right? The Castile Papers, right? Dum Diversis, right? You see how everything is tying in? These bastards, if anything, these Latinos are related to the people who directly put us into captivity. So if anything, there are direct enemies. And this is crazy that it's breaking down like this.
Others to Turkey, others went to Italy, others to Portugal, and from Portugal they later left again and went to Holland. So the definition of the Sephardic tradition depends a lot on where they were. I know a lot of Sephardic Jews from Morocco, and when we compare our traditions, they are very different in a lot of ways. The Sephardic tradition is what they took from Spain, plus the influence of the places where they went.
What did I tell you? They took the influences of Spain plus the places where they went. What do you think Latin people are doing today when they keep trying to say, oh, I'm Latin X? That's the new thing now. I'm Latin X. Bitch, you're no part Latin. Just because you speak another slave language does not mean that you've been adopted by that culture, you fucking moron. When are you guys going to get it through your head? No matter how much you pretend to be like you're from Spain, when you go over to Spain, they still look down on you because you speak with a particular accent or a particular dialect, which you do not reflect the Basque region culture that they have. You got to realize that. That's because you're not their fucking people. You're a mixed breed mutt. You are a bastard seed. There's a reason why they left your ass there in the land. They left you there to keep the other people in check and in charge and to keep diluting their DNA. That's the only purpose why you were created. And even then, officially, you weren't even made with that particular purpose. And I know it sucks to hear this shit, but it's too fucking bad because y'all talk too much shit about black people to keep getting away with this type of shit that you guys keep doing. You understand? And it's time somebody yoke y'all up and force feed you the facts down your goddamn throat. You understand? You want to say the word nigga? Well then, this is what you got to do to be able to say that word. Okay, you got to sit down, shut up, and take it. Okay?
La influencia de los lugares a donde estuvieron.
Alejandra's website, Destination Sepharad, is a guide to the Sephardic culture and history, and through her work she's in contact with people interested in the story of Sepharad. This includes people living abroad who cannot physically return to Spain, but remain interested in the story of a once-lost community.
Por Estados Unidos, México,
United States, Mexico.
These are fucking white people. You're going to sit here and tell me this is an Israelite? This pale-faced demon is not an Israelite. This is a white woman. Like, this shit is crazy. And y'all niggas is so right. These are motherfucking, what's his name? These are motherfucking, IUIC wives right here. Here go another one.
How many people really realize what happened within the Jewish community in Spain in 1492?
Well, this is a mystery that God has kept for a long time.
Look at this scumbag talking about God has kept this mystery for a long time. No, you fucking demon. Like, look at how he's gonna twist it to say that he's God's people. And he's a fucking white man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Time, because we've said that Christopher Columbus is from Italy. No, he's from Portugal. No, he's from Spain. Well, where is he really from? Well, they say that he was from Genoa, Italy, but his Italian writing is horrible.
Look at how exciting he is to know that he's a white man. Look at how excited he is to know for a fact that I'm a white man. Like, look.
But his Castilian is perfect, So, so be it as it may, recently there is a growth, an exponential growth of discoveries that point to the fact that Christopher Columbus, first of all, his name is not Columbus. His name, and not because I'm Hispanic with Sanchez.
See? See? And it's not because I'm Hispanic like Christopher Colon. It's not because of that, oh no. It's because it's a fact of the matter, oh yes. Yes. Not yes, my fault. They say yes with a J. Yes. Yankees.
Surname and Martinez and so forth. But his name is Colon. And so in Spanish we have it right. Cristobal Colon. So his real name is Salvador Zarco.